Gateway Gamers podcast.
Hello, welcome to Gateway Gamers Podcast. My name is Brian Marvel, joined as always by the great Robert Patrick.
Whoa, not government names, What's going on, man? How are you?
Well, I can't call you RP anymore because of our international listeners know you as, what was that?
Something pronunciation.
Yeah, it's whatever the British accent or language is
like,
called RP for slang, so.
Yeah, and it's like bad.
Yeah, not bad, like it's bad, but I don't want to confuse
it's not like proper talk.
Our new international listeners. So,
Oi!
We're in the new year, 2025. How was your new year, sir?
2025. It was good. It was very low key. I went to bed I actually made it to about 2 a.m. But it was very low key.
Why? Why 2?
We have friends over.
12:05, and I'm.
Yeah, I would have liked to, but we had people here. We were hosting just two of our friends. I went to dinner with my family, came home, and then had friends here. So
and you were playing?
We played the movie game.
That's right, Made Up Movies.
Made Up Movies, which has been a big hit for everybody I've introduced it to. So the people we were playing with, one is Shane, who's the host of co-host of Previously Recorded, and his new wife. It sounds weird,
my wife.
He ordered her online, but no, it's like they just got married, obviously. But just like the phrasing, his new wife, like newly married,
not his old one, his new one.
Yeah, not his old one, his new one. She likes movies, but doesn't go out of her way to watch them. Doesn't really know much about it, and she loved playing it. She thought this was great because you don't need to really know anything. You just need to BS. Like, you need to be able to quick.
The goofiness and the pitch of it is kind of like what makes it fun.
Yeah, you just need to be able to be like kind of quick on your feet, like think. But you don't, even that you don't have to, because Audra's not that like quick on her feet. I did not say that.
She doesn't edit anymore.
She's not like witty and quick on her feet like I'd like to think of myself, and she's great at it too. So the game is a big hit.
Yeah, it's a game we'll cover in full for sure, but like we just keep teasing it because it keeps coming out. Like I see you constantly. I'm like jealous because I don't have a copy. You have our copy. Where I'm always just like, when I get together with people, I'm like, it'd be a great game to play. But you have it.
Made Up movie game. It's awesome. Check it out. How about you? How was your New Year's?
It was good. We just went to the in-laws, her parents' house, and just kind of hung out. That's our tradition now. I was never big on New Year's. It was never like a party night. Even in my party days, it was just kind of like, all right, New Year's.
Hate New Year's.
Yeah, it's just going out, and like everywhere you go in this area, there's traffic stops. Not that I drunk drive, but like even if you're not drunk driving,
you still got
to stop, and they flash a light, and you're like, all right, good to go. Like you're still getting stopped a lot. So it was never anything I went out and did. So just kind of staying in was fine. We actually introduced my mother-in-law to Flip 7 from the OP Games. Fantastic game. I think you played it briefly at PAX with me. It's
a cool setup. It
caught
my eye.
They had it like a giant poker table, as if you were in a...
Like it was like blackjack table.
Yeah, giant blackjack table, and they had the guy. So supposedly the guy who made it was dealing. I don't know if he was our dealer when we played.
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't. It was mobbed. The table was mobbed.
Yeah, it was always packed. So Flip 7 is essentially like a blackjack game where your goal is to flip 7, but your main goal is to get to 200 points before every other player. So every player gets dealt one card face up to start, and then the dealer will either say, like, do you want to flip another card or do you want to stay? And the tricky part is that there's a suit of 0 to 12, and there's 12 12s, 11 11, 10 10s, 9 9s. Like, you can kind of figure out 4 4s all the way down. And then there's also, like, action cards where you can freeze another player so their turn's over. There's a flip 3 where you play another player and they have to flip 3. Like, they can't deny it. And then there's also, like, a save me card where if you flip double, you're safe. Because that's what you don't want to do. So if you get a 12... more than likely the odds are you're going to flip another 12 because there's 12 of them in the deck, but you're just like, like, let it ride.
Yeah.
As soon as you flip the same number, you're knocked out of the round, you lose all the points. If you choose to just stay with the points you have, they collect over into the next round. It's a super simple design, but it's also like super easy to teach, super easy to play. It's a great like party game. It goes up to 3 is the I think starting point. I think it could go up to higher, where it even says like if you're playing with like 16 people, buy 2 games to smash them together.
Oh, good
I don't
idea.
have that many friends,
No,
but
no,
I'd
no.
imagine like this would be a good game because like the setup of PAX where it's just you can have someone be the designated dealer and just kind of be like, you want to hit, and just like that excitement. So Flip 7 from OP Games, designed by Eric Olson. Like,
Big hit?
It's huge. It's sold out everywhere.
Really?
Like I happened to get this right after PAX at Barnes & Noble, but I've seen online it's sold out. I haven't seen it like anywhere since. I guarantee it'll
Simple
be
game.
back
Yeah,
in stock, but Flip 7 is it's just one of those games that hits like really hard for some reason because of how simple it is.
Did you get any games for Christmas?
I did. So, you know the history of the in-laws like not giving me
What you wanted?
great presents or
Amazing.
They get hit or miss. The first couple times before we got married, like they were buying me Legos and stupid stuff like I was a child because they thought I was. And then once we got married,
we are,
and my wife was like worm tongue in her ear, like we need a air fryer and all this stuff. So I would get like shoes and jackets and whatnot. So the last couple of years, I've just been like, okay, like this is fun. Get shoes and all right, adult stuff. We talked about it before. Christmas is Christmas. It should be fun. If I want to buy shoes, I'll buy shoes myself. Like, or if I ask for shoes, and if I do, it's going to be like Sonic the Hedgehog sneakers.
I was just gonna say Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's going to be something like stupid. So this year, and I knew what I was getting because my wife isn't as slick as she thinks she is. I had to help put the presents under the tree. Like Alva went to bed, and we all got all the presents to put under the tree, like everybody's presents. Mm-hmm. So her mom was like, all right, this one's one of yours, Brian. And Megan's like, I'll move it, I'll get it. And she like slowly just slid it. Because like if you rattle, it was Legos. So I was immediately just like, oh, that's Legos. And I went, all I keep saying is the Jaws Lego set. Like that's all I want. So I ended up getting the Jaws Lego set. Built it already.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
What did I get? I got the Lego Monkey Palace.
Yes,
board
the game
that
we played at PAX. Yeah.
Randomly, it was just my nephew knows I like Legos at board games. He was like, "Oh, Lego board game, like here you go." And he doesn't really buy me anything, but he's like,
"That's really cool."
Yeah, so I was excited for that.
He saw that and thought of you. That's awesome.
Immediately.
That's awesome.
And that's game wise. That's it. I didn't really ask for much this year because we have such a huge backlog of games we got to go through. But I was excited to get that one because we did play to PAX, and it was interesting, but I wanted to experience more of it.
Yeah.
Because we played it for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, all right, I got the gist. Like, I want to move on. Mm-hmm. But I was definitely just like, how the game keeps progressing, I want to see how it goes. So I'm glad to have that one. And that's kind of it. I didn't game much. I played video games over the holiday. I know you've played Star Wars Outlaws. Mm-hmm. What is it? Marvel Rivals has come out.
That's the big hot game.
Yeah, the Overwatch game. And then I'm playing Suicide Squad now. So, like, my board gaming has been extremely limited over the holiday, which was fine. It was nice. I was doing other things. But the game I have been playing, I think I showed you, or I put it online, is A Nice Cuppa.
Oh, yeah.
Which made me laugh because we just, our last
20-minute
episode, we talked about cuppa being a slang for, like, coffee and tea. So, A Nice Cuppa is a game for Butt Not Shy Games. Mm-hmm. And their gimmick is...
Whoa!
They are super tiny, so...
Just pulled it right out of your pocket.
Yep, so it's just a little, like, wallet fold with the title on the front, and then the cards are inside. So, a point of a nice... I would call it a little cuppa, because it's so little, but a nice cuppa is that you are making a cup of tea for the day and relaxing. So, it's basically just like a little puzzle game where the cards are numbered 1 through 7, and they're in the order of, like, making tea. So it's like, boil the water, get your cup, steep, drink, relax. They go at the top randomly out of order. And then underneath, you have these, like, stressor cards. Like, they're little things that you get stressed out throughout the day. And they're messing up the order of your cards. So they're underneath your number cards. You flip one, and it'll be, like, politics. And it's like, oh, stressful. Like, oh, politics. And it'll be, like, pick 3 cards. The one... furthest to the right goes all the way to the right. The one furthest to the left goes all the way to the left. And then you flip the card above it, and it's like, I forget what it's called exactly, but it's like a different color on the other side. Mm-hmm. So, and then you're using these stressors to manipulate the cards at the top to get them in number order. So it's like a really neat little puzzle game.
Yeah.
From Button Shy. I've only played maybe like one or two other Button Shy games, and I've loved them, so I don't know why I don't play more. But they're like great little solo games. They're great travel games, like you said.
Yeah, you just pulled that out of your pocket.
Yeah, it's just, you could play it on a plane, you could play it on train, like wherever. Like, it's just...
In a car?
Yeah, in a car while you're driving, yeah. So that was a game I've been playing a lot lately. It's just a nice little...
Quicker.
Hard to master. Like, I haven't been able to get all of them in order yet, because I'm not a puzzly person, but I enjoy the simplicity of it and just moving things around. Then once I lose, I'm just like, let's just move along. Like, it's not a huge setup time, so it's not like a game I have to set up, lose, and then get all pissed off, where it's just like, okay, put it away for later. Right. And my wife played a couple times, and she liked it. She's not a huge gamer, but she was like, this is neat. Like, it's just a neat little, like I said, a puzzle game. So, A Nice Cuppa from Button Shy Games, designed by Scott Alms. So, yeah, that was just something I want to highlight, those two games, because we don't normally get to highlight these littler games.
Yeah,
so that's
for sure.
Just kind of what I've been playing.
Shout out.
So my goal this year was started off right with a game that you haven't been introduced yet. The audience hasn't really been introduced yet on this side. I want to talk about my favorite game of all time.
Small World.
I want to start... Yes, Small World. No, not Small World. This is my number one game.
Heroclix. Okay.
I've known you for a while. Have you played Heroclix at the shop when we used to be there? Or at least you've seen us play it?
I've seen you play it.
Okay,
so... I may have sat in on a round, like learning from Duke, but no.
Yeah, okay. So Heroclix is, I think, when I did my top 10, my number one game. It was a game I played before I really played games. The comic shop I used to frequent, Capes and Cab. Well, I was Bag to Board It. Yeah. Bag to Board It in Northeast Philly was where I kind of learned Tuesday nights. They would sit around and play this game, and I was always like, what? I don't know what this is. It was just little miniature superheroes on a map, and they'd roll dice and move around. And I didn't know if it was like D&D, like role-playing, or what it was. So they invited me to sit in, and it's actually how I met Papa Spice, guest from last episode. So this is 2008. Like, this game's been around forever.
Yeah, it has been.
It's gone away for like a year and then came back, and like they continually re-up the rules, redo everything. So this is just a game that I have great memories with, like truly like phenomenal memories of playing with people at the comic shop. I've introduced this to other people, like, and it's not anything I get serious about, but it's
fun.
I have fun with it, and like I don't buy, because this is a very expensive like hobby to kind of get into. So I'll just give you a rundown. Heroclix is made by WizKids Games. It's, as I said, miniatures, so it's superheroes. So there's DC and Marvel sets that come out, I want to say like biannually, so like maybe twice a year. So it's like one DC set, one Marvel set will come out. They're sold in booster packs of 5, and I think they're like $15. Okay. If not more, for those 5 figures. A brick, I think at this point, is like $170, and that's like 10 of those. So when I used to play,
they're all grab bags.
Yeah, and you don't know what's in there. It's random. So when I was playing in like 2008, it was like 100 for like, and even that back then, I was like, this is a lot. So like once a year, maybe I'd buy like a pack, and that would hold me over for a while. So yeah, that's kind of like, that's the big downfall of it, is it's super expensive. The aftermarket is better, where I've bought figures recently on like Cool Stuff Inc. and Troll and Toad, and they're like $1, because it goes by like commons, uncommons, rares, and super rares.
It's
and
like it's like cards.
It's like it's like Magic, but Magic's a lot cheaper. But if you make it cheap, so like I don't need, because I'm not competitive, I don't need super rare Hulk. I don't need this super rare Thanos figure, because at some point they made a common Hulk. They made and I just need to buy that figure. Gotcha. I'm not looking competitive. If I want that character, I could buy him.
Okay.
And if the set's older and out of rotation, kind of like how Magic has, they'll have rotations in like tournaments where it's like, all right, the last 4 sets are out in tournament play. The next 5 are what's legal. Mm-hmm. They'll do that for this as well. So once they kind of rotate out, they get a little cheaper.
Gotcha. So this is the 2025 set.
Yes.
So we've played with miniatures before with Marvel United.
Mm-hmm.
Do these come painted, or do you have to paint them?
Yep, these are painted. So that's part of...
That explains a little bit of the price, I
guess. Yeah. I mean, the price point's a lot, but like the detail and everything is really good. So yeah, so today I brought the Heroclix Starter Set 2025 Marvel Edition. Mm-hmm. This is a new thing they did. Last year they did it with a 2024 Starter Set with Marvel and DC. It comes with 4 figures. It comes with a map that you need. It comes with dice. It comes with a rule sheet. Everything you kind of need. And the MSRP is $40.
Okay.
Not great. It's not a great
price
point for what you're getting. Because I also brought...
You probably bring like your collection. He's in the bag, folks. He's in the bag. Oh, okay. He brought the What If miniature set.
The What If miniatures game that comes with 10 painted figures.
Pre-painted figures.
Scenarios, dice.
Okay, that was what I was going to ask. What's the storyline here?
So
Do we
this
make
has...
it up, or is it scenarios?
So this... They were making these for like 3 years, and I thought these were fantastic. Because in all the years of playing HeroClix, they never had like a starter set or a starter kit to get people into them. You just had to buy the bricks. And the bricks didn't come with maps, so you had to have somebody that had a map from like the early starter sets, where they sell these like play-at-home kits that are also super expensive. So they came out with these miniature game sets. They have like a Spider-Man one, the What If one, a Wonder Woman one, X-Men. I don't know if they're done with these because these are fantastic.
Okay.
Because it comes with the 10 figures, it comes with a map. It comes with scenarios, so like a story.
Yeah, that's what I was...
And that's how you kind of learn.
Yeah.
And then the figures have...
Are these all the sets that you have? Like, is this the only set you have like this?
I have this and the Wonder Woman. And then there's a bunch of my figures are in this box as well. But, so HeroClix, as you kind of see, I think you've seen them before, but I'll pull one out.
Yeah, I've seen them.
They're just like little miniatures, and then
they're bigger than what I thought.
Well, they've upped the size compared to what they used to be to get better detail, which is why they're more expensive. But they're on a dial, essentially. So it's like, they're called Clix because as you turn them, probably can't pick it up by mic.
Raise it up so you can. You can hear it. You couldn't hear it.
But Hey, you want to...
I'll try it.
Fiddle around with the Hulk. But anyway, so... You have the little figure, they're in a bombastic pose as if they're on a battlefield. And they have like a little dial on the bottom that affects this little window that's on the top of the base. So it has like a foot, a fist, a shield, and then like a little explosion symbol. And that is your movement, your attack, your defense, and then how much damage you're doing. So as you're rolling dice and fighting with the other people, the dial's turning. So this Hulk figure is actually getting stronger as he's getting more damage, because he's the Hulk, gets madder. But normally they would get weaker and do less damage the more you click, and that's it. And then once they get to a KO, they're out.
Got it.
Like, they're dead. There's a bunch of powers, like they can phase and mind control. Like, that's the one thing that I'll give it the importance of these starter sets and these miniature games sets. Is they have, because the characters come with cards that explain the powers, but they have a basic version with way less powers.
Gotcha.
And then a harder version that has like more powers once you're kind of confident.
Okay.
So I figured we could play a couple rounds.
Yeah.
And then get your idea. And then if you want to trash the game, you keep it to yourself, because this is my favorite game. I also brought this guy.
Oh.
This is the new to me
King Kong
HeroClix.
That's cool. Look, it's got felt. It's awesome.
Like flocked, but he's gigantic compared to the other figures, which is really
super cool.
So once they kind of announced that, I was like,
need that?
I need that.
Yeah.
Like, I need that figure.
Yeah, but so, let's play.
Yeah, let's set up and let's play. And we're back.
Yeah, we are.
We are. So we played a couple rounds of just the basic starter set, the 2025 Heroclix starter set. So we didn't get into the weeds of the what if, because that's, like I said, scenario based. It would be like a whole day. I just kind of wanted to give you just a little sampling of what Heroclix was. So, do you have like a history now that you've kind of seen it in action? Like, do you remember going to the shop and us kind of playing it?
I remember you guys playing it.
Yeah.
I never played it.
Okay.
I know for a fact. The one game I did play that I think I got it confused real quick was Zombicide.
Okay.
With the maps and stuff, but still had miniatures.
Yeah.
I played that at the comic store.
Okay.
But, no,
I don't even think Zombicide. I think Zombies.
Yeah, it was Zombies.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Zombicide is gigantic. Zombies is a little bit smaller. We used to play that game a lot.
But yeah, no, I know the game. I've seen you talk about it. Seen you and Preston talk about it. I've seen it on Instagram. But no, I've never played it. So this is my first introduction. This is my introduction to playing it.
Okay. What do you think?
I thought it was fine.
Okay.
There's a lot going on as we got towards the end of the rounds. I started to understand it a little bit more and liked it.
And you only got like a sampling. That's a big hurdle is how many rules there are.
Yeah, and there was, and like you were there, you guided me through everything and helped, but it was overwhelming for sure. I started to figure it out as we went. The characters having their own like cool individual things, even on the back of the cards where it said like the style, like the design for the character, they have like what issue they picked it from.
Yeah.
So like Cap, it was like Sam Wilson or Captain America.
Like issue,
whatever, and it was a 2022 issue and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool, and like how the individual different components for like the Hulk and everything. I thought it was very cool, very well done, very thematic. But I thought it was fine. I'm sure if we played more, I would like it.
Which we will.
And then we just, like you said, we just used the basic map.
Yeah. So
which was very basic.
A farm, the annex. I don't know. Is that where Hawkeye like hangs out?
I don't know if the annex. They did like a thing recently, a couple years ago, where they set up this like village. That's what I thought it was at first. For like, it was like a village for all supervillains, and like they were like brainwashed into like normal people. So that's because it was like Shield. That's what I thought it was at first. But no, I don't know what the annex is.
I when I pulled out the map, I'm like, oh, it's just like a farm. Normally, it's like very close related to some Marvel, like Baxter Building or whatever.
Yeah.
So I pulled out, I'm like, it's a generic farm, but then I saw like Marvel Annex.
Yeah, there was two Shield
trucks. I'm like, it must be something.
Trucks. That's all it was.
Something to look into it. But so I will say this starter set for the MSRP of $40 is not worth it.
No.
I'm glad I bought it because like I need maps, and the only way to get these figures are in this. So it's like, it's a balance of like, I wouldn't recommend this to a new player. Like I wouldn't give this to you and Andra and be like, hey, try out Heroclix, go have fun, because you're going to be confused. There is, the book it comes with, it is a good breakdown of everything. It has like a page just for movement, has a page just for combat, has a page for like line of sight. So I think the booklet that comes with this is like really well done, but that should just come with like almost every product. Like kind of, yeah. So I'll give it that. Like it's not a great starter set of like, here, learn how to play. As I said, the bigger story boxes I think are better, but those were like 70.
Okay.
So it's like,
so with that much for 70, this is 40.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's,
my goodness.
And the starter set from 2024 came with like cardboard tiles that made a map over this paper.
Yeah.
And it's the same.
And the paper was stuck together too.
Yeah, the paper always has problem unfolding, but so I'll give it to it. Like I love this product, but I know like what a bear it is to get into to play, and what a beast it is to like want to play more. A breakdown of like what Heroclix is though, like we kind of said, it's a basic dice rolling game where you have teams that are fighting in a tournament. I don't think you fight until like everyone's dead. You fight up to like a certain point value. So like if you play with like a 200 point Hulk figure, you get like more points for killing their bigger characters over their lower characters. I've never played like tournament style. I normally just play, we're building a team of 400 points, fight until no one's left.
Gotcha.
It could go a long time though. So I think I think in like a tournament it's like an hour. You have an hour to kind of fight. And every character in this set was 150 points that we played. So we both had like 100-point teams, and that was kind of it. Normally pretty balanced. The Hulk was an absolute monster in this game.
Yeah, he was.
Where he just rampaged and rolled over everybody.
He crushed it. Yeah, he crushed it.
But they all... I think they kind of figured out the point-wise, where it's like, if you have a 300-point Superman, he feels like 300 points, and you have to make a team of 300-point, like, little guys that could take him out. So it's like...
I like that.
You can use the power that was used with Black Widow, where it's like, you incapacitate his one power so he can't use it. You can give him tokens so he can't keep moving.
Yeah.
Because normally you take you take one action each turn, but you get like a little token, and then you go again, you get 2 tokens, and you have to rest before you can go again.
Yes,
so
which I liked. I did like that, and I liked the dice mechanics to it. I thought it was cool. Levels the playing field a little bit, just to kind of chance.
Yeah, then normally in like if we did like a 500-point team, and I had like 8 characters, I can only do 5 actions because it's based on the. So I could have 8 characters, but I can only move 5 at a time to keep it like balanced.
I like that.
So you can kind of like mix and match who you're moving around.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they do a good job.
I would definily play this again. Like it's not like I wasn't like turned off by it. It was just a little overwhelming at first. Yeah,
it is a lot, and I'm very interested to play the story mode with you because it starts off like kind of like the What If show where it's like you're just Doctor Strange versus one character and that's it. So it's a smaller map, so there's not a lot of moving around, and you kind of learn a little bit. Then the next scenario, depending on who wins or loses, 2 characters come out. So it's like it builds up until the final battle. You have all like 10 pieces on the map. But by the time you get there, you have a better idea of the powers and what your character does because you've moved through the scenarios with it.
That's cool.
I've always said I like that way of playing games where it's like...
learn the game through...
As you kind of go, Like, here's round 1, here's the basics, then move on to the real game. Yeah. Like Wingspan has that kind of, and...
Okay. I don't remember.
The Wingspan has literally a scenario in a pack that... play-by-play guides you what to do, and then throws you into the game.
Like the Pokemon card, too.
Exactly.
Cool. Yeah, that's how you learn.
That's the best way to learn. But with this, there's so many powers. So we kind of keep saying powers, and that's what it is. On the dial, if you're like the Hulk, he has the foot, which is his movement, and he'll have like green. And then I know what that is from years of playing, but you had this little guide. It said like charge, and then it would tell you what it does. Did you feel that was helpful? Like
I did.
Was it like could you read it enough and be like, oh, I kind of get it?
I could. Again, there was 15 different things on that guide though, so it was. I mean, like I could look and figure it out. Sure, luckily I had you. Like I said, like it's not like rocket science, but it's a lot. It
would be time consuming because you're looking at the book and it's like, oh, that's the defense colors, and you got to turn to the movement colors. Yeah. And that's not even it. There's team abilities if they have the same keywords. There's individual abilities if they're spider people or they're like gods. They have powers. Like
very cool, very thematic.
Very thematic, yeah.
Which I like. Overwhelming.
Yeah.
For the first couple rounds, like I said, it would just take a couple times playing.
Yeah.
To figure.
And
it out.
I know the power so well that I could be like, you could do this.
Yeah, that's what you did.
Yeah, if we were both learning this game,
oof, it's tough.
It would have been all day. We got one round done. So you're interested to play this again?
Yes,
because of the theme. You like the
absolutely.
Yeah, the miniatures are awesome.
Yeah, they were very cool, detailed, like well painted too. Because I've seen like some bad painted ones, so it was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So normally in a booster pack you get them, and sometimes they're very wonky. I think because these are kind of exclusive to this, they're painted a little bit better and like a little nicer. But yeah, sometimes you'll open a pack up and it'll be like a wonky eye Black Widow where she'll have one eye like just kind of drooping down, or their weapon will be
like
bent.
Thor's face was like weird, but
yeah, he just from afar.
The rest of the thing was cool. But no, I definitely would. You're right. It's got an advantage being a IP that I enjoy, so I'm willing to give it another round. Just changing the characters, being able to be like the Fantastic Four or stuff
which
like
I
that.
have. I have
like that
a lot. I pulled out some of the ones I have. I had the Sinister Six.
Getting the verse them that, playing those things through and
Kong.
Yeah, Kong.
Like Kong is 500 points, so you could build a team just to fight him.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. But yeah, no, definitely. I wasn't turned off by it. I wasn't like, with some of the games, like, get this off the table, like, just get through it. Like, no, I enjoyed it. It was just a lot. So that's why I think, like, if we revisit this, it definitely would be a different experience.
Yeah. No,
it's, like, hard to recommend this game to...
It's hard to recommend which product, too. Because, like I said, the boxes are, like, $70 MSRP. Yeah. Right now, the Wonder Woman one is $20 on Amazon.
Oh,
which comes with 10 figure scenarios.
That's a steal.
Yeah, because it's so old at this point. But it's still... The powers are still the same. The sculpts are still great. Yeah. It's just been out for a while.
I would probably recommend that, too, because scenarios, that's like you said.
The scenarios, for sure.
And then that's more fun.
If this was 20, I'd be, like, happy. 40, I feel, honestly, a little gypped. Yeah, like, I'm happy I have the figures and the map, but, like, I don't need all the extra, like, tokens and bobs that kind of come in it.
Yeah, no.
So, like, I wouldn't recommend this set, but I would recommend... I recommend the game as a whole.
Yes.
My favorite game, hands down. Like, I love Heroclix. I have great memories of Heroclix.
And I can see why it's your favorite game. Like,
and then...
It has the thing that you love the most, combining.
Making different teams. And, this has... They've done DC. They've done Marvel. They've done...
The Turtles?
Turtles. They've done Invincible. They've done now Kong. Like, they're getting weird. They have... Teen Titans Go, Scooby-Doo.
Oh, Scooby-Doo.
So you can have, like, Scooby-Doo fighting Batman. And,
hell yeah.
What else? Sherlock Holmes, they just put a set out for him. D&D, they're kind of crossing over with now.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. And endless possibilities.
Beetlejuice. They have a Beetlejuice figure, yeah.
But also, like, why?
Why not? Like, that
seems like they have a good partnership with Warner Brothers,
Yeah.
Gremlins is next.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I wish. Oh, that would be just a money sink.
Just take it out. King Kong.
Yeah, just a bunch of gremlins climbing on them. So, Heroclix as a whole is my absolute #1 game, hands down. But as you're kind of listening, it is hard to recommend where to start. I would recommend any one of those miniature games. They're like, here are miniature games. They have like I said, they have a Spider-Man. The Wonder Woman's $20 on Amazon. X-Men Swords, whatever that storyline was.
The X's of Swords.
X of Swords. They have a Teen Titans Go with the Scooby-Doo. Like, and they're all scenario based, and I think they're, if you can get them cheaper than even 70 is a good value for what you're getting compared to this. If you can get them cheaper, like, I really recommend it. That's where you want to jump into Heroclix.
Yeah, that's cool. I look forward to covering that.
Yeah.
So thank you for showing me your favorite game.
Course,
I'm sorry I wasn't like wowed by it.
But you weren't bummed out, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It is. Like, it really is. Whenever I introduce this to people, I'm like, all right, let's play with no powers just to get, like, the movement and everything. But I feel like I thought you played this before, so I was like, all right, he'll get the gist.
I understood it by the way.
Yeah, you weren't.
It's just all the ins and outs.
I wiped your team out, but it's not from lack of...
Hulk smash, man.
Yep. Yeah, just Hulk overpowered you. Well... Thanks for listening, everybody, and Happy New Year, 2025.
Yes, Happy New Year.
And just looking forward to introducing more games and having fun this year.
Yeah. If you like what you hear, you'll like what you see.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, I love that. I love when you do that.
Check out our Instagram, gatewaygamers.com. The Gateway Gamers on Instagram. I'll have pictures of this and every other game that we played and games that I play that we don't even cover on the podcast, just what I'm up to.
Yeah.
And TeePublic and Redbubble, shirts, stickers, hats,
get all that fun stuff,
magnets, underwear,
towels,
whatever,
beach towels.
Yeah, just our logo on something.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you guys for listening. Ta-ta.
Ta-ta for now.